People love it. People still love coffee in general, whether you're on a date, whether you're just getting your coffee before work, whether you're getting it after work or whatever. We love our coffees. The two biggest coffee chains in America include Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. And there was literally a report that I saw on Investopedia that compared Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. They say Starbucks has built a more premium brand, has stores that look more comfortable. They say Starbucks has built a more premium brand, has stores that look more like a comfortable coffee house, and has a more extensive menu and greater product customization, while Dunkin' stores resemble more traditional fast food eateries and they offer more competitive pricing relative to Starbucks. So let me ask the big question for everybody to talk about. What's better, Starbucks or Dunkin'?
I cannot answer. I have never stepped foot in a Dunkin' Donuts.
I was gonna say Starbucks is in Canada though, right?
Oh yeah, Starbucks is, but I'm
So,
also just not a big coffee person. I like hot chocolate.
but it does answer part of the question. Only one of them made it to Canada.
Yeah. I'm
Ooh.
pretty. At my university, there were three Starbucks on campus.
Yeah.
Starbucks is everywhere. Like,
And
yeah,
Tim
it's
Hortons, right?
yeah. To most people would go to Timmy's just because it's way cheaper. And like the coffee there tastes fine, but a lot of people got really pissed off when they changed their egg recipe or something. And now they're really pissed and they refuse to get food from there and they just get coffee.
Yeah, we had a Tim Hortons near my school because I went to school pretty close to Canada in New York,
Yeah.
so I do know Tim Hortons. I personally am a Dunkin' Donuts person, Matt. Um, Not just because of the price, although the price is great, but because love like a I don't love like a particularly. That's not true, actually. I go to coffee house all the time, but most of the time I just want a regular coffee or regular iced coffee, and I think Dunkin' Donuts does that better than Starbucks. That's just me personally. What about you, Jefferson? Do you prefer Dunkin' or Starbucks?
I'm a Dunkin' Donut. I feel like Starbucks is more for like rich people. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
it definitely it costs more for sure.
Like if you drive by Starbucks, all you see is like them expensive ass cars. But then Dunkin' is for like you know you know what I'm trying to say is like
No,
it's
you're
It's
better
right.
it's
price.
it's it's the
Mm.
humble person's one.
Yeah,
And I
that's what
mean,
I'm saying.
like if I'm gonna get an expensive drink, I'm not gonna go to Starbucks. I'm gonna go to like one of the local coffee shops that is
Exactly.
just better and costs the same or less. Like there's no reason to go to Starbucks. It's like fake bougie.
Hmm. What's what it's kind of what
That is true.
Investopedia was saying because they're comparing it to Dunkin' because they're comparable, but Dunkin' looks like a fast food place where you can grab pretty reasonably priced coffee and donuts and bagels.
Yeah, like I'm guessing because it is, right?
Yeah, it's Tim Hortons, by the way. That's why I
Yeah,
asked
and
about Tim
yeah.
Hortons. So
Yeah, and
it's
then
the
I
same
feel
thing.
like and then I feel like Starbucks is just like masquerading as if they're
Right,
like for the wealthy. And
Hmm.
so they
right.
charge a lot. They have like nice seats and stuff, but they're just like 2,000 calorie $15 drinks.
Exactly. They're not. They definitely play bigger than they are. I will say, in New York City, they do have a full bar, like an espresso
Oh,
bar
really?
with like liquor and stuff. That's kind of cool. Dunkin' doesn't do that. The one in Seattle is nice. There's a line out the door though, if you want to go to the one in Seattle because it's the flagship. So they're doing great business wise, but I think it's pretentious too. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm Dunkin' all the way on that one.
Yeah, I would have to go with Dunkin' myself, and I'm not a coffee drinker either. I prefer tea, and I actually think Starbucks tea is very underrated.
Oh, my dog loves tea. Every time I make tea, I give him a little saucepan full of tea so he can have some.
See, that's how
Starbucks
you
has
know.
good tea.
Yeah, and Starbucks, they really have some awful food.
Oh,
Awful.
so bad. The food's
Like
horrible.
it's a disgrace, like how awful it is. And
The
Dunkin',
only thing I like there is their ginger cookie. If I ever get anything from Starbucks, I'm getting a ginger cookie.
Okay.
I've never
Otherwise, like
had
they're
one, but
yeah.
it
Yeah,
sounds
that's a
good.
cookie though. That's a
They're
cookie.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
lazy.
And their food is just yeah, it's horrendous. I had a friend that worked at Starbucks and she said the state at which it comes to them in, it just looks gross.
Mhm.
I will say, I mean, it proves to you it's all about your look sometimes, rather than the actual substance. quality over quantity. Dunkin's food is fine.
Fine, exactly.
Fine. Nothing special. I will say, you know, a nice blueberry donut, it's pretty good. But if you have a real donut from a donut shop, like it's night and day with the actual Dunkin' donuts. Right, Jefferson?
Yeah.
Of course, we should like do a video comparing donuts.
Jefferson's like,
Not
sign me
even-
up for the donut tasting video.
Yeah, that's valid. We should do that.
I think I think you'll be I think we might make that a reality before you know it. Very interested in that.
Nah, Dunkin' is good. You know what I'm saying? 100% agree. I'm staying with Dunkin'. I'm not a Starbucks guy.
Agreed.
And some Dunkins
mean-
are
Have you seen like their sandwiches? They're like small. They're like $8. I was like, what the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Starbucks.
Nah, yeah, Starbucks. They be overpriced they stuff.
And like they're made in a factory elsewhere, wrapped in
Mhm.
plastic, and then sent to them. They can't even just put like a splash of pesto and a chunk of mozzarella on bread behind the counter themselves.
Nope.
Like even that's shipped in, and that's like easy as hell.
nope.
That's gross.
I've had that. I've had that happen to me. I was overseas and I didn't have like a lot of options, so I went to Starbucks.
Yeah.
And again, it was just something it was like a hot pocket. They basically took a hot pocket out, threw it in their industrial microwave, and served it to me. I was like, ugh, this is my dinner. But I was in the airport. I was like, I'm in an airport.
That's your dinner.
I didn't speak the language either very well, so I was like, all right, this is dinner.
Oh
Yeah.
man, better than a $12 slice of pizza, I bet.
I
In
mean,
a place
it
like
was like
that,
it was less than $12, so that's good. But
$11 still counts.
11 is still less than 12. That's right.
Okay,